The human mind is a relentless sculptor, chiseling away at one's sense of self in response to the silent language of childhood. If you grew up in a house where your cries for attention went unheard, then you know the harsh strokes of fate. You learned early on that the love you craved was an elusive visitor, paying no heed to your existence. In this profound exploration from the depths of Unknown Storytellers, we reveal the quiet truth about children who grow up ignored. We unveil the invisible scars they carry, the doubts that haunt them, and the strength they discover within. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, subscribe now for captivating psychology videos. Did you ever feel so unseen that you began to question if you truly existed? When a child's cries for attention go unanswered, it's not merely a moment of disappointment. It's the genesis of a complex web of emotions that bind and blindside them later in life. Childhood is the canvas on which life's hues are painted, and when one of those colors is neglect, the painting becomes a somber masterpiece of muted tones. Psychologists have long understood the profound implications of childhood neglect, recognizing it as a critical factor in shaping a person's identity. A child needs more than mere survival. They need to be seen, heard, touched, and loved. When this doesn't happen, they internalize this silence, believing they don't deserve attention or worse, don't exist. Why is being ignored such a profound wound? Absence isn't just the physical space left by the parent or guardian, it's the emotional vacuum it creates. A neglected child isn't just a bystander in their own life, they're an afterthought. Their needs come second, their opinions unheard. The echoes of "I'm here, see me" reverberate through their psyche, begging to be acknowledged. But when there's no response, these cries transform into a quiet desperation. As they grow older, this wound festers, occasionally flaring up as a skin-deep sore. They might find themselves shrinking in rooms, their voices softer, their presence less tangible, as if trying to make themselves smaller to avoid notice. The irony is that they crave connection, but have learned to fear it, to brace for the inevitable disappointment. To comprehend why being ignored is such a deep wound, we must delve into the roots of childhood. A child is like a sapling, reaching out to the sun with the promise of becoming a mighty tree. If the soil lacks nourishment, the tree withers. Similarly, a child needs nurturing care, not just food and clothing, but emotional sustenance. They need to be told they are loved, needed, and cherished. This isn't about creating spoiled brats, but fostering healthy personalities. When a child is ignored, their basic psychological needs aren't met. They don't receive the assurance that they are worthy of love and care. And as they journey through life, this belief of not being worthy follows them like a shadow. It seeps into their interactions, making it difficult to trust or believe in the sincerity of compliments or gestures of kindness. Because if they can't believe in the love of their parents or guardians, how can they believe in the love of others? Children who grow up ignored often find it hard to believe that they deserve to be seen. It's as if they have internalized the message that they are not worthy of attention or care. This can lead to feelings of inferiority, low self-esteem, and a constant need for validation from others. They might seek excessive reassurance, asking, "Do you really mean that?" or "Are you sure you like me?" before fully believing any compliment or gesture of kindness. Growing up in the echo chamber of neglect can warp one's perception of relationships. One might find it challenging to trust and form deep connections with others, fearing that the same neglect they experienced in their childhood will be replicated in their adult relationships. This could result in heightened hypervigilance in relationships, constantly seeking reassurance and struggling to relax and be vulnerable. Additionally, the fear of abandonment or rejection may lead to clinginess or codependency in relationships, making it difficult to maintain healthy boundaries and engage in independent activities. Furthermore, the experience of childhood neglect can have a profound impact on a person's sense of identity and self-worth. Children who are ignored often develop a negative self-image and may struggle with feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. The absence of positive role models and the lack of emotional support can hinder the development of a healthy sense of self, leading to difficulties in asserting oneself and standing up for one's own needs and rights. Moreover, the emotional scars of neglect can manifest in various ways. Some may become overly dependent on others for emotional support, while others may become emotionally detached and struggle to express their feelings. Some might throw themselves into their work or studies as a means of escaping from the pain of the past, while others may engage in risky behaviors as a way of coping with their emotions. Despite the wounds that being ignored inflicts, it's crucial to recognize that these experiences also forges a unique strength in an individual. A resilient spirit, adaptable and tenacious, often emerges from the cracks of neglect. The ignored child learns to fend for themselves, relying on their inner resources to navigate a world that seems uncaring. They might excel at reading subtle cues, offering a quiet understanding that belies their years. The first step towards healing is acknowledging the wound. It's in these quiet moments of introspection that the ignored child realizes they are not invisible. They are seen, heard, and valued. It's a journey of reclaiming one's narrative, rewriting it with the ink of self-love and validation. However, the path to healing is rarely solitary. Reaching out for support, whether through therapy or joining support groups, can provide the external validation and emotional support that was lacking in the past. Sharing experiences and realizing that they're not alone can be incredibly therapeutic. In conclusion, growing up in silence has its own hardships, and learning to live with it, even harder. However, the resilience born out of such experiences is equally profound. The ignored child who grows up to become an adult still carries the weight of those silent years. But with self-awareness and the right support, they can turn the whispers of neglect into a roar of self-acceptance and strength. If you found this video insightful, we encourage you to watch another video we have on 7 harsh lessons learned from a broken family. Click here to continue learning and share your thoughts. Thank you for watching. See you next time.